Hi, this is Father Michael Byrne. I'm the pastor here at St. Charles Borromeo here in Charleston, Illinois. And we're about to kick off a Centennial campaign. Beauty just has a way of stirring the heart. It says that God is real and God is important without actually saying God is real and God is important. The main focus of this campaign is to beautify this worship space so that we can worship the Lord God in spirit and truth as we have been doing, but to maybe freshen it up for the next 100 years. Again, looking outward, looking towards those, especially who may not have ever heard the gospel or who need to hear it again.
So my family and I got baptized this last Easter Vigil together in St. Charles Borromeo. I think that the Catholic Church in general has held on to the traditional beauty, and I think that that's important with the church.
As a mom and a homeschooler, thinking about how can I convey things to my children, like how can I teach them well? Coming here to daily mass as part of our homeschool day, they're not all going to be listening all the time, but there's lots of different ways that you can point to God, and the church being beautiful definitely points to God. So I hope that the kids will feel that awe and it will be just part of the way that I can teach them about the faith.
Hi, I'm Catherine Porter, and I'm a parishioner here at St. Charles Borromeo Parish. I was raised here since I was 4 years old. My family moved here to Charleston, and this parish is where I encountered Jesus Christ and grew in relationship with him. It's where I received my first Holy Communion. It's where I was confirmed. Now as a mother, it's just such a gift and privilege to have my children baptized here and receive their sacraments and come as a family every Sunday to worship God. To be asked to be a part of a campaign and take part in something new for the church, to take part in restoring and updating some things, it's such a gift and privilege to be a part of that for my children's life, to cultivate the faith in their own hearts, for our family to come here every Sunday and worship God, but also for the generations to come.
When I think about the Centennial campaign, as a father, as someone who has had the faith passed down to me, I think about the last 100 years, and I think about the 100 years coming. A lot has changed in our world in the past 100 years. And about 100 years ago, 1925, my great-great-grandparents would have been about my age, with children about the same age as my children. I didn't know them. I really actually don't know much about them. But the one thing that I do have that was passed down is the faith. And that's been such a rock in my life, and what a blessing for them to have passed that down. And I don't know what's going to happen in this next 100 years for our children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and great-great-grandchildren. They'll be looking back in 100 years. But what I do hope is that we can pass down that gift of faith, because the one thing that's been consistent over that past century, and hopefully for the next century, is that gift of having the stability to come here every Sunday and worship our God.
I'm a second generation member of St. Charles. My son-in-law and daughter are now presently. That's a third generation. I've got grandchildren. So we have a 4-generation commitment to St. Charles. And so what I'm looking for is how do I provide for the church to be an attractive place for them to come, to attract other members of our community, to become active members at St. Charles, to get to know Jesus Christ better. And the diocese suggested that we have a campaign that would be based upon 150% of our prior year's giving. 150% would equate to approximately $800,000. And so if we're able to increase our giving by 50% for the next 3 years, we will meet our goal. And our goal then will provide the funds to do a lot of really great things for our parish.
We look forward to you being generous, to truly praying to God about how you wish to contribute to this campaign. I'm honored to be your pastor. I'm honored to be your priest. And may God bless you going forward as we kick off the Centennial campaign.